So we are back. Game 3, Tittily versus Sabrelime of the group stages of the second TrisCraft Cup. And we have Sabrelime spawning in the top left position and Tittily spawning in the bottom right position. Interesting to note that Tittily has actually used a different color in every game. He's spawning red now, whereas last game he was blue, and I believe the first game he might have been green. So we are not seeing a 6 pull out of anyone, which is nice. Means that if we do see a big game, it won't be in 20 minutes. Looks like we have Tittily going with a 9 or 10 extractor. Interesting. I've never. Oh, he's just doing that. I feel like an idiot now. I was a little caught off guard because usually when you do the 11 out of 10, you build an overlord before your last 11 out of 10 drone. And we have Saber here, who has just gone for the straight up 10 out of 10 into overlord, and he's really delaying. Oh, he's not. He's 10 pulling, which is why he was delaying these drones. Makes perfect sense. Although I don't particularly like this method of 10 pull. If I'm gonna 10 pull, I usually do it before the overlord, or I do some kind of 12 pull. I do like to do a 12 pull where I double extractor and don't build an overlord at all, and then build the spawning pool, and then build an overlord, and it's really economic 12 pull, even though you're 12 pulling, which is obviously early. So this is a cool map, Delta Quadrant. It's got a lot of bases. It's very Terran friendly. There's lots of high ground areas to place tanks and things. It has this little backdoor base, which is actually the very first map that Blizzard has put out for StarCraft 2 that has this feature. It was in a couple maps in StarCraft 1 where there would be like a mini expansion inside of your base, if you could technically call this inside. It's actually, outside on a different ramp, but since it can't be reached by ground, it technically is inside. The destructible rocks being put here is kind of destroying the purpose of it, though. Can't really quick expand there and play for a really strong econ build and force your opponent into not doing some ridiculous all-in push at about 5 minutes, which is pretty typical in a lot of StarCraft 2 matches. So we have, interestingly, both players. Nope, he just now put people in gas, but and by people I mean disgusting-looking crab drones with, I believe that's 6 eyes. I've never really studied this before, but yeah, 6 eyes. We have some more wonderful people, probably me, doing random ass pings. So this is what I like about the 10 pull, is you can get in here before really anything can get out for the other player, and Tittily did a good job there. He pulled all his guys together. The first thing you want to do when you're being attacked like that is take advantage of the fact that workers can stack. And what I mean by that is that they have no collision detection. Zerglings can't stack. You can't stack 35 Zerglings on top of each other and thus one-shot pretty much every unit that comes in range like you can with Mutalisks when you stack Mutas. But you can stack drones, and that's effective whenever there's, say a large number or a medium-sized number of Zerglings, and you want to stack all your drones. That way the Zerglings can't pick them off. And the reason it works is because if you just have one drone right here, these Zerglings, which have now just been slaughtered, can come in and they can surround one of those drones and attack it. Whereas if you grab them all and you move them together, who the hell is Vujuice? I am not Mitch. Anyway, back to the game. You can actually right-click on a mineral patch, and it will send all of them to it, and it will, just like that. You see how they all stack for a moment, and as soon as they stack, you grab them all, and you attack real quick. And if you do it right, and they don't back off with their Zerglings, you actually can, one-shot some of the Zerglings, because all your drones are stacked up together, and then it just, turns into this just, mass of 5 damage. So Tittily doing a great counter here. Once you take out your opponent's Zerglings, he has to make more, obviously, in order to be able to defend. And sometimes players will try and get away and just be like, oh, well, I attacked. He's not going to attack me because he thinks I'm being aggressive. He's just going to try and defend. But Tittily did a great play there. He took out the queen. Always good to take out the queen, even if you're going to sack up to 8 to 10 Zerglings. 8 to 10 Zerglings is only 200 to 250 minerals, and that, you know, Queen is obviously 150 minerals, but then the lost larva time, plus just, you know, the energy buildup is really crucial. So we have Sabrelime getting the quick expansion up. Still really low count on those drones. Let's look at the units tab. Once again, Tittily's doing a lot better at the drone production. I'm just kind of confused where these larvae are being put into, because I mean, I guess it's mostly due to the 10 pool. I mean, when you 10 pool, you're gonna hamper yourself economy wise, whereas Tittily went for that pretty normal 14 pool. That's always gonna allow you to have a better 4 to 5 minute mark of the game. We're actually at the 8 minute mark right now, so his economy is really starting to kick in and help him out. Even though he's on 1 base compared to 2, he's got those 2 spine crawlers up, really strong defense. I like the placement of these spine crawlers. You would think to put maybe one like right here and one right here, but this is actually pretty strong just because they're so near each other. Yes, this side's a little vulnerable, but in order for Zerglings to come in, once they got in range of these drones, they'd be being hit by these spine crawlers. And with the Queen right here too, if the Zerglings try and come in and surround the Queen, spine crawlers can take them out of here. So it's kind of a nice little triangle shape he's got going on. So we have a nice timing roach push out of Tittily. It's going to be able to do a lot of damage, if not win the game outright. It's really going to depend on whether Sabrelime can actually make use of this this Spire and get some mutas out in time, but it looks like he's only got 3 mutas on the way, and that's just not going to be enough to deal with these roaches. Oh wow, he's already got 3 mutas. Never mind, I'm a failure of a caster. So Tittily doing the standard thing of trying to hide his expansion, and by standard I mean standard for him, not standard at all for games. So these roaches are trying to focus down this lair. I don't really like this play. Just because he knows he's got an expansion up already. If you sack all these roaches trying to get this expansion, oh, the burrow there is actually really nice. He's going to be able to burrow these and heal them up and then continue taking pot shots at it. It looks like he will be getting this lair down. These Zerglings really need to return home and help in this fight. If they were here, they could just stand right on top and completely destroy any attempts to take out that lair, but as we've seen, it's over. So it looks as if Sabrelime's in a pretty bad position. He's got a fairly good number of drones, but he needs to move these over to this expansion right here. Roaches are trying to return home. That looks like the Glilio Reconstitution has been finished, and he's got Hydra Den down. It's actually pretty strong 1 base play. It's nice to go from those roaches to the Hydras. I don't know why he threw down a Spire. He hasn't made any use out of it yet. Hydra's coming out just in time to deal with these Mutalisks. It's great timing. I would actually throw down an extra Queen as well, because interestingly enough, Queens are amazing against Mutalisks. Mutas don't really do that much damage, so they take advantage of low health units because you can move them around so fast. They only do 9 damage, and they have such a short range that it's really hard to kill units with Mutalisks without just doing harassment. It's the main reason that whenever you get attacked when you've got Mutalisks and they've got anti-air, it's really bad. Whereas if you are attacking with Mutalisks and they've got anti-air like he's doing right now, you're actually in a much better position. If these Hydras were just to move out and attack this base, which is apparently going down as we speak. There's only 4 buildings left for Sabrelime. All of those drones got taken out because he decided to make an attack with those mutas rather than defend with them, and they're sitting over here doing nothing. He really, there go the mutas. This game is pretty much over. I mean, I would say it is over right now. There's no reason to be attacking the Spire. He's already got Hydras out. That's your biggest concern. Yeah, with no base here, this game is over. Just waiting for a GG. Unfortunately, Saber didn't really get enough units to deal with that roach push, but it was definitely a good call by Tittily to make that push at the time that he did. It's really strong. So apparently we're actually just going to see these roaches finish the game. Oh, but there's a hatchery going down for Saber, and he has saved up quite a bit of money to rebuild if he somehow was able to manage it. I I believe he canceled that and then just quit. Alright, so that is going to conclude the Tittily Sabrelime games. Tittily winning 2-1 in some strange ZVZ games. Really haven't seen anything quite like them. Thanks for watching.